Today we are going to discuss about cycloid. It is a type of an engineering curve. A cycloid is a curve. A cycloid is a curve generated by a point on the circumference of a circle rolling along a straight line without slipping. So you have to understand like this. So there is a circle and there is a straight line like this. So the circle is rolling around the straight line without slipping, and there is a point, say for example point P, which is going around the circumference of the circle when it is rolling along this straight line. We'll be understanding this particular concept by taking up one question. Let us see. There is one question. A circle of 50 mm diameter, rolls on a horizontal line without slipping. Draw the curve traced out by the point P on the circumference of the circle for one complete rotation. Let us see what all things are given in the question. What are the given quantities? The very first thing is the diameter of the circle. The dia is 50 mm. Now the second thing is the circumference, that is 2 pi r, which is equal to nothing but pi d, whereas d is the diameter. So pi into 50, that is comes out to be 157 mm. Correct? Now you should always mention the name of the curve, that is the curve is a cycloid, because it is saying that a circle of 50 mm diameter rolls on the horizontal line without slipping. So the curve is a cycloid. Now let us understand how to draw this particular curve. Always keep your sketchbook in the landscape condition for such kind of drawing, so that you can have a clear drawing. So what you do is you take diameter 50 mm. So you will be taking diameter radius as 25 mm. You take radius 25 mm and draw a circle like this. Then let us define the first thing, that is the diameter of that circle. Similarly, and from, say for example, my point P lies here. So what I do, I will draw 157 length. 157 matlab 15.7 centimeter straight line from point P up to 157 and name it as P dash. why did I write P and P dash? I expect that this point P shall, when the circle is rotating, will rotate like this and come back. When the circle comes here, it will be called as P dash. So when the circle is rotating like this in clockwise direction, let us keep the direction of circle as movement as like this, and when the circle is rotating, this point P is also going around and coming back to P dash when the circle is again in the rest position. Now let us understand the very first step. We have to just trace the path of this point P after the circle is resting at this particular position. So let us understand the next steps. You have to divide the circle into how many parts? 12 equal parts. How will you divide the circle into 12 equal parts? So if this is 90 and we have to divide this particular part into 3 parts, so each parts will be 30, 30, 30, and if this is 3 parts all together, it becomes 12 parts. So I will keep my projector down, like a protector down here, and 1, 2, 3, 30, 1, 2, 3, 60. I will divide the circle into 12 equal parts. Similarly, you can do this division in your way. There are different type of methods to draw the division of circles into equal number of parts. Now, this very carefully you should know. After P, you will name it as 1 in clockwise direction, the direction the circle is moving, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 is nothing but P. And let us keep this as O. Let us keep this as O. You can take different methods to draw the division of circle. Now, the number of division you have made here, 12, you have to divide P and P dash into 12 equal parts. So what I do is I draw a construction line of 12 centimeter and mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. I join P dash with the 12th point. Then I take the roller scale and go at the top, the first point, second point, third, fourth, fifth, to all the 12 points. So this becomes my 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash, 7 dash, 8 dash, 9 dash, 11 dash, 10 dash and 11 dash. Similarly, you take the central line, extend the central line like this. These are all construction steps, and take all those points which we have taken in the central line with the roller scale. you have to see that this lines are accurately made. So let us call this one point as C1, this second point as C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C9, C10, C11, and finally this is C12. These are all construction lines. Now what I'll do is I'll take lines which are going through 1 and 11 point, this 1 and 11 point, 2 and 10 points, and parallel to P and P dash, parallel to P and P dash. It's a very easy curve. This center line 3 to 9, the center line is defining. 4 to 8 I'll define. I'll take the parallel line, smooth parallel line you have to draw. Similarly, I'll take for 5 and 7. See that the parallel lines are very clear and nicely drawn. And then 6th. So we have drawn all the parallel lines. Now remove this extra lines which are made to keep your drawing clean. Now this step is very important. How to now draw the points through which the curve shall go. The curve we are drawing is the cycloid. Now let us understand that. This step is very important. Right now what we have to do is we will be taking the distance that is nothing but 25 mm, which is the radius or the distance of point P from center O is nothing but OP, that is the radius. Now this distance when you take, this is the distance. Keep that O in point 1. I repeat, keep that O in point 1 and then keep your C, the sharp edge at C, and cut the line which is coming from 1, the line which is coming from 1. I repeat, when you take the distance from OP, you keep the compass at O1. Take the same angle of that particular compass and cut from C1 and 1. I'll tell you why. Now, generally what students do a mistake, like OP they'll take the distance and then cut at C1. This is wrong. The direction has to be southwestern, right? Southwestern. So if you take OP, then O1 you take the direction and again C1 and cut. I am cutting the construction line which is passing through 1 and 11. Similarly, O2, I will take O2 and take the same orientation of the compass, keep at C2 and cut. You will not cut like this, you have to cut like this. Similarly, I will be taking the distance from O3, I will be taking the distance from O3 and keep it at 3 and cut. Similarly, O4, keep at C4 and cut the line which is passing from 4 and 8. Yes or no? Now, then O to 5, C5, cut. O to 6, C6, this you will be cutting like this, right? Then O to 7, it is northeast direction, orientation, 7, cut like this, right? Now O to 8, cut like this. O to 9, you are not changing the distance of the compass because it is 25, the radius is 25, but you are just keeping it for your to check the orientation of the compass. O9, C9. O10, C10. See that line passing through 10, you have to cut. O11, C11, cut. And O12 is nothing but the point P dash. So what I do, I'll just name this as P, then P1, then P2, this is P3, P4, P5, P5, P6, P7, P8, P9, P10, P11, and this is P dash. So I will now take the curve, smooth curve, from all the points which I declared, P4, P5, P6, P7, P8, P9, P10, P11 and P12. So this means the point P will be tracing this path when my circle will be rotating in clockwise direction and will stop here. Correct? Yeah. Now what I'll do is I will do the dimensioning of the circumference of the circle. That is nothing but all the lines should be light, only the curve should be dark. That is 157 mm, which is nothing but 2 pi r. Very clearly you should write. Now you should always remember the very important points of this curve is you should dark this particular curve, baki all the lines will be light, and you should remember this orientations. When you take the distance won't change, only the direction will be changing, and the same direction you have to cut the arc. This is the point to ponder. You should not change the direction. Say for example O2, if you take C2 and mark it as O2 like this, it is wrong. You have to take O to 2, C to 2 and mark it like this. Same parallel orientation. So this was what the curve which is cycloid all about. Thank you.